Hi, I'm Justin Pitts. I'm here to talk about the manufacturing part of the tech competition at the 4 States Regional Technology Conference. Well, our project requirement was that we had to build a boat similar to one of these. This is the final boat of our design.
The USS Tekka.
The USS Tekka. Thank you, cameraman, Well, so we first broke down. We got raw material slightly like this, as you can see. It was various lengths, and we got dowel rods. Well, this was after we had done it, so
each of those were about 4 feet long, and there was 2 different dowels.
Exactly. So first we had to set up a flow chart. And we did a bunch of paperwork, and we made jigs and fixtures for each of the steps. The first step was we took the raw material from the raw material storage plant, took it, and it went into jig A. Jig A was designed to hold and cut the piece to 8 inches. The dowel rods slid in the bottom. If you can see, I'll take this out. Down in here, we had a stop for here for one at 4.5 inches. Another one for 6.5. The bottom dowel supported the top dowel, and this enabled us to do 3 cuts in one. From that point, when we had a 6-inch piece, like so, that 6-inch piece came over to here, which we had jig B. It's a standard miter box where we would cut a 45, move it back, flip it in, tighten it up again, cut the other 45 to make the wedge front of the boat. That went on to the drill section, which is jig D. Jig D, you put the boat in here, like so.
And to note, in the front of this, there were 2 angle pieces that came down to lock in the front, but we actually broke them off during the competition. So make those really sturdy. Make your jigs really sturdy.
Yep. So that slap in there, imagine that, looks like that. The next person would go to drill these 2 holes. We had to build up the depth of it so that the holes were 1/2 inch because we didn't bring a drill stop. Now, if we had a drill stop, we could have just used this and it went boom, boom. We would have 1/2 inch holes in here. That went into the final holding area for final assembly with jig E, but we'll talk about that after we get to jig C, where we had taken those dowel rods from jig A, moved them and put them into jig C, where we also had kind of go, no-go jigs, where if it landed up and it wasn't flat here, if it wasn't flat here, it was a no-go and we threw it away. Like, shit, we had a bad piece in there. It would be like, we'd put it in here, slide it in, make sure it fit. Oh, that was a go piece. We'd throw a bead of glue, put the sign on, pull it out. Ease of access removal. Part removal was built into the jig. This was clamped, so the person didn't have to worry about pulling it out.
And note, make sure you have legal tools. Because this
that was routed. That was accidentally used the wrong tool to router this.
We used a Dremel to route it, and currently that is not on the tool list, but that may change in the future because it's a very versatile tool.
But we're not allowed to use that, which was a bad thing on our part.
Long story short,
those moved to also storage along with the half boats.
Long story short, make sure you read the directions thoroughly.
Yeah, even though you think about it. So that went on to the boat. The hull of the boat was slid in here, like so, and the slits in the back part were used to make sure that the signs were parallel to each other. And we would pull this out, cut all the rough edges with this piece of sandpaper, and stack them in the final holding area, and that's the whole jig.
And we actually made 5 of those in 7 minutes and 11 seconds, which actually is pretty good from raw materials.
So yeah, there you go. That's the whole step and process.